what do you think? Is it like part of culture that American culture in particular, where we feel like we have to be productive all the time?
It's American.
You're very sharp on
it. It's American culture. It's everywhere. It is the world. Absolutely, not every single country, but that, like we were talking about, everyone has money that you need to work for in some way, shape, or form. But America is the most get up, grind. Don't worry about friends. I don't need relationships. I want money. I want that. Like, and we also are pretty much the only country, as far as I'm aware, really, that has credit cards to the limit, to the effect that we have it. Like, we go and it's not even real. Most people don't even have money. They just have this credit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm going off on a whole different thing, but it is only America for sure. That's also why we're like obese and sick and dealing with all these problems that a lot of countries are not, because they don't work their lives away. They take time to have a long lunch break, to enjoy talking to their friends, to sit, to read, So like all of that, what we're not really communicating, or what's not communicated in American culture, is like how to be productive. And like productivity, what I find in myself, and that's like why I'm here in Miami, is like I'm stumbling across where I'm not as productive as I would like to be. I think I can do better. How can I be better? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna chill out a little bit. Absolutely.
So I'm in Miami. I'm able to like remove myself and think more and reflect and just enjoy, just be.
And being in another environment, you get out of your habits, and you are impress yourself a lot of times, just how you're.
And it like solutions. This is what's so crazy. So like,
about the thumbprints and filling in the.
Oh yes, okay. So, we're talking about well, to finish that kind of thought is like. Solutions come in some of the most unexpected places. And being able to understand that, because it doesn't feel like if I go for a walk, I'm being productive. But so many times when I go on a walk, I solve my problems. Absolutely. I come up with solutions.
That's when your creative mind is actually working and you're open to receiving.
But it's never really communicated that way. And I feel like, so we want to, life is full of problems. The best thing to do is to solve those problems and figure out unconventional ways to solve those problems, or understand how you operate to solve those problems. So the fingerprint thing we were talking about. So we were on the beach. We were just like impressive. In the water. First of all, like
regenerating. Wasn't that magical? Absolutely beautiful.
So that was how many beaches have I been on now? That was the third beach. So like Mid Beach, South Beach, and then this is like Key Biscayne Beach.
Key Biscayne, yes.
This felt like different. It was so much more chill. It reminded me of just like we're just like off over here. It felt just
healing.
Yeah, it felt different. And something you noted was like there are trees there.
Yes.
And palm trees, and like something I love about like traveling to a place like Miami is the palm trees. Because coming from the north, you don't see these, so it's like a symbolism of like healing, freedom. And relaxation, freedom,
warm weather.
So it had those on it. The water was calm and warm. So we were in there. Then we like left out of the water, and I was like, actually, let's go back in the water. But we're talking about this fingerprint and
filling in like, the facets of who you are type.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking about this earlier today, how I just enjoy being here in Miami, whereas I think there's a lot of pressure from images outside or wherever they may come from of like you have to see the entire world and you have to do everything, and it's like I'm here only for a certain amount of time on Earth. I should just, it's like figuring out what I like to do, what what interests me and just do that, and then do it like regularly. So
it's about enjoying what you enjoy.
Yeah, enjoying what you enjoy and understanding you can't do everything, you know. And then also too, there's like an added pressure. Say when you're traveling, if I'm choosing to take a vacation somewhere, you know, I chose to come here in Miami, but I could have chosen other places with warm weather too. To me, what's becoming really fulfilling is it's kind of like, and I experienced this with New York, where you go somewhere for the first time, and it's kind of like for the Apple users that like before you had to like, this goes back to like technology again, where you had to like use your fingerprint to like create this like login. Now it uses your face. I haven't set up the face thing yet.
I would never. That scares me.
So I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
But like, so you have the fingerprint, and then so it asks you, okay, do it once. Okay, now do it again. So the first time it got a general framework of what your fingerprint looks like to use. Second time is like, okay, we're gonna fill it in a little bit more so we have a better picture of it. And then we're gonna ask you to do it the side of your thumb, and then the other side, and then do the top, and then do the bottom. And I find like traveling, it's like you go to a place once, you get a general vibe of it. Then you go twice. Okay, now I'm starting to fill in the nuances. And that's like in New York, visiting my friend Joe, who's been on the podcast before, Joe Anhalt. It's like every time I go to New York now, there's less pressure to like figure out New York or do New York things. It's like I'm just gonna do me out here. Yeah, I'm just gonna be here, right? And you know, visiting him, I think like 5 times now in New York, and now this is my third time overall. But my first time in Miami was like 10 years ago. So last year I came to Miami. That was probably like the actual like real thumbprints of the experience. And now like this trip has just been like, I'm just filling in the fingerprints and just getting a more nuanced, and it's more laid back, I would say. Like I don't feel like I have to like do all the things, and I'm hanging out with like more people. Yeah, it's just like even more enjoyable.